Welcome to 5 Minute Pitch. I'm your host, Liz Saunders. 5 Minute Pitch is the competition that gives entrepreneurs from around the globe the opportunity to virtually pitch their business or product idea for the chance to win a grand prize of $50,000. This season, more than 30 entrepreneurs will pitch their ideas via Zoom conference call to our panel of 5 experts for the chance to advance to the finals and pitch to the judges live in Miami, Florida. Our panel of expert judges includes Greg Mercer, Steve Chou, Mike Jackness, and Scott Foker, all 7- and 8-figure e-commerce sellers who have run and sold multiple successful businesses. Today we begin part 2 of the Deliberation round. 17 contestants made it this far, but only 8 will advance to the semifinals. Broken up into 4 heats, the judges will deliberate on each business to determine who will move forward and who will be eliminated. First up today, we have the American Cuckoo Clock Company, Shea Garden Handmade Soaps, Okra Garden Supply, and Killer Heels Comfort. Good luck to all the participants, and here we go. This is 5 Minute Pitch.
Was there a favorite amongst these?
Scott, what do you think this time?
Let's start with Scott this time.
Well, you know I like Willy Wonka of cuckoo clocks. I've been talking about that.
Scott wants a golden ticket.
Yeah, I do. I love her, and I think her business is awesome. And I just think with the money, with a little bit of mentorship, I think she's going to do fantastic. So I would love to see her go through.
How can you not love Jody?
I know, right?
Jody's awesome. The business is sweet. I'm happy to push Jody and American Cuckoo Clock to the next round.
I liked her immediately. No question for me. Not a doubt.
So she was my number 2 pick in this heat, but it was someone that I did want to go through. So it makes it easy for me as well to vote her through.
Then we just made American Cuckoo Clock go through.
Okay, American Cuckoo Clock's through.
Perfect. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Jody. You're heading straight to the semifinals. Still in the running, Shea Garden Handmade Soaps, Okra Garden Supply, and Killer Heels Comfort.
Is there one in that group that you think would be easier than the rest for this panel of judges to eliminate?
This is a real tough one for me. On one hand, Killer Heels has a patent. The product's very useful, huge market. Okra Garden Supply also has a unique product. And I just really love John of Handmade Soaps. But if I had to choose one that was least strong of the group, I'd probably have to go with Killer Heels. Mainly because I didn't think she had a really good plan, and I wasn't 100% positive that even if we gave her the money that she would know what to do with it. She needs a partner.
I'm in agreement with the heels thing. It's a big challenge. If we could convince her to take the $50,000 and find a partner, I just think that it's got this huge potential. I mean, the potential's off the charts.
I'll tell you right now, I'm not ready to eliminate Lisa with Okra Garden Supply.
I'm not either.
But I would be willing to eliminate Verve with Killer Heels. For the points that you pointed out, Steve, she's off to a great start, but it's just not quite there yet. And I do agree that even with the money, I'm not confident that she would use it really well to help her business succeed.
Yep. I don't necessarily think that just because she has the patent that she's going to be successful. And I don't think with 50 grand that it's going to allow her to just go out there and throw money at it and make it go. So I would say a partnership is what she needs, not 50,000. I would say no.
So with 3 votes, then
Does that just mean
Verve
she's
with
eliminated?
Killer Heels would be out.
Thank you for joining us, Verve. Good luck in the future with Killer Heels Comfort, and keep going strong. Now let's see who the judges will select next to move into the semifinals.
So Lisa, as a reminder, she was the inventor of Okra Garden Supply. She made this really cool cube, right? That was sat above
flower beds
the ground.
Whatever, right?
John is the charismatic firefighter making handmade soaps. What do you guys think of these 2 that we have left?
On one hand, Lisa has a unique product without a track record. It's not even made yet. It's pre-money. Whereas John, he's got this product that's selling pretty well. It's got excellent reviews, but it's kind of like this commodity product. I was swayed by his personality big time. But on the other hand, I like Lisa's also. I need some more time to decide, guys.
I have a good feeling about this one. I am a strong proponent of Lisa with Okra Garden Supply. The handmade soap thing, I think the only thing this business has going is this charismatic leader that's very likable. And I think it's hard for him right now to translate that into everything else he needs to be successful in business. Like, he's off to like a great start. I just think these handmade soap businesses are a dime a dozen. Lisa's a passionate inventor. She knows the space very well. She needs the money to make this thing work. No one can argue that.
Yeah.
She needs this money to, get the tooling made, to get a patent, and to get this thing into production. These things do sell on Amazon and online.
If you think about a lot of products today, it's not about the product, it's about the person behind it. It's about the brand. He's got the story. He's got the charisma.
He doesn't have a good brand, though.
I struggled with it because I really like him. And I think he can do so. He will do something. I just don't know that 50 grand is going to get him there where he needs to go.
I just wish there was some proof of demand for the grow boxes, right?
Yeah, there's proof of demand. These things do sell on Amazon.
For a particular model, the plastic version.
For a particular
in this
model,
small size.
You're taking a little bit more of a chance.
Seasonality. I don't like seasonality.
The price point of her grow box is by cubic foot is more expensive, and I don't think it even looks as good as some of the wooden ones. Now, she had a really good point. There was one thing that she had a great answer to, which was, look, those wooden ones rot. 2-3 years, they look like crap. You got to kind of replace them. The plastic ones are going to probably last a lot longer.
I know. All right, $50,000, 12 months from now, where are they now?
12 months from now, Lisa would have a solid production run of her product. She would probably have a design patent on it. She would probably already been getting feedback from customers. It's not a guarantee that it's going to do well. It could potentially flop, but she'll have all that done 12 months from now. In my opinion, John, my guess is that he would just still be doing kind of the same thing that he's doing, making his soap, selling his soap, bought another cabin to cure his soap in. I don't see a whole lot changing with this business. This would be fuel for the fire for Lisa.
I look at Lisa's thing, the Ochre thing, as a high risk, low reward. Is the problem. It doesn't look like, at least with the data we had, and she didn't have the data to give us, which is another problem. We haven't had a chance to go back and look at the Jungle Scout data, but like, it doesn't seem like there's like this massive demand where like you're going to have like this widespread adoption of this gardening box. Like, I mean, it's just going to be another garden box. I don't know what the sell-through rate is on the best-selling garden box on Amazon, but it can't be, a life-changing amount of money in this one SKU. So I mean, again, I think it's a high risk bet because if it fails, it goes to zero, and it's a low reward return because like the best case scenario isn't going to like yield a ton of money versus the handmade soap. And I know you guys haven't bought into this yet, but like it's got a lifetime value of a customer. It's going to be very high. If people start buying it, they're going to continue to keep buying if they like it.
That's true.
And the potential population that's going to want to use it is in the millions or hundreds of millions worldwide or in North America, whatever it might be, versus like this garden supply thing is a one-time purchase and very niche. So like the potential.
But does the 50 grand get them there?
Like the 50K has a lower risk, medium reward, if I'm going to kind of put things on a scale for the handmade soaps. I think that like, I don't think the risk is as high.
What was the market size in the top 10 of search on Amazon for these grow boxes?
But we don't have it. She didn't provide it, which I thought was a mistake. You come into the pitch like this and don't have that market size data, it's a huge disadvantage that I think she put herself in.
All right, guys, we got to make a decision here. We're going to be here all night. This is tough because I really, really feel like either one of them is a gamble. If I'm going to go with like who has the most potential with the 50 to give it a good shot, I would probably say the flower pots.
I think I made my opinion pretty clear here. I think the handmade soaps would be the one of these two that I would pick to go through.
I mean, her name's Fire and Lisa.
It's an awesome name. It's an awesome
dude. You don't have a sweet nickname like that. I got to go with Fire and Lisa.
I do, but it's inappropriate to talk about on the thing here.
No, I made my point clear though. I like Fire and Lisa.
I really like Fire Ant Lisa, but I think something that you said actually swayed me, which was the recurring revenue.
Nice.
Which I kind of like that, and he clearly has a good track record. 50% positive reviews, or 50% of the people left a 5-star review, if I recall, which seems like a really high rate. So clearly people love his product, and they're probably going to come back for more, which makes it ripe for a recurring model. So right now I'm leaning towards John. So is that a deadlock?
It is another
That is another deadlock.
That'd be a deadlock. But actually, something you just said there. If John could figure out the recurring model really well and did quite a bit of work on the branding aspect, some of the things you were saying there, I do believe in. Whether it's like the man soap. I mean, It's hard because now we're starting to get kind of far off from like the business that he was pitching us. This is like a new business that we're kind of dreaming up.
We're having to extrapolate
Well,
for
Scott
him.
liked the one that exfoliated your skin, right? Wasn't that the tea tree one?
I do like
Yeah,
that.
that was, yeah.
If you're kind of leaning, I was already leaning from the beginning. So if that's the case, I mean, I think either one of them could win, but I think as a recurring model, and I think both of them have she has a slight recurring, his is more recurring if he can get it to work.
She has a larger order size up front because people are going to buy a bunch of these probably, right?
And he can test a lot quicker too. I'm going to go ahead and I'll just change my vote. I'm going to put John through.
So with that being said, congratulations to Jody with the American Cuckoo Clock, and congratulations to you, firefighter John, with She Garden homemade soaps. You're going to make it through to the next round.
Congratulations, John. You're moving on to the semifinals. Good luck to Lisa and Verve in your businesses, and congratulations on making it this far. Stay tuned for the next round of deliberations after a quick word from our sponsors.
Well, hey there, what's up? It's Scott Volker from the Amazing Seller Podcast. Do you need high-quality professional graphic design work done for a new or existing product? Well, if you do, you're in luck because Outline-Matic is a top-rated US-based graphic design company. They do logo design, package design, inserts, EBC, and so much more. And they do it all with unlimited revisions. They've helped over 2,000 businesses to date, and they want to help yours next. So all you have to do is head over to OutlineMatic.com for your free consultation. OutlineMatic.com.
Next up for deliberation, we have MMA Bobblehead, Mabu Clothing, Father Time Bread, Grower Scrognets, and My Buddy Towel. Good luck, everyone.
I know I have a personal favorite. I'll wait till the end, but let's...
Go ahead and tell us. We all know who it
I love
is.
MMA Bobblehead. I do. I loved it. I'm going to get just as passionate as he was about the whole thing, right? The guy, it was an awesome story. I love the product. I love the niche. It's defensible. For me, he was one of the earlier ones to pitch in the whole season, but immediately I just kind of like fell in love with the product and the story and the guy. I'm sad that he's in this heat of 5, but whatever. I think I want to see him go through. So that's my pick.
Dave's amazing. It's hard not to choose him out of the... I mean, actually, the whole group is really solid, but I mean, the dude's so passionate. He's done an amazing job signing these deals with all these different fighters. He has exclusives with them.
3 years, man.
I have to agree with you. I want Dave to go through.
Yeah, no question for me. I just love the guy. Just from a geek to a geek. Like,
Right.
The guy's amazing.
The passion is what got me, and then just how he just went out there and made it happen. And he's so detailed. These things are bobbleheads you'd never seen before, and they're customized. And I think he's got such an angle in that market, but he's got so much more potential, which he mentioned. So I'm gonna, absolutely send him through.
Okay.
sure.
So that was
Congratulations
easy.
to Dave.
Congratulations.
Yeah, Dave,
congratulations.
Congratulations, Dave. You're moving on to the semifinals. The judges now have to choose to eliminate someone right away between Mabu Clothing, Father Time Bread, Grower Scrognets, and My Buddy Towel. Let's see who they eliminate next.
Maylee, I love her. 12 years old, I've got a 10-year-old, so mature. Like we all agreed, what were we doing at 12? We weren't making presentations like this in front of, these 4 guys, or 5 actually with the guest
I was doing
judge.
math.
Yeah, you were. But my problem is that she doesn't really have any sales. As far as getting started, it's going to be a real challenge. It's going to happen. I know it will. But I think her direction needs to be focusing on the dolls, like the American Girl doll or Reborn, something like that, starting there and getting everything worked out and all the kinks worked out. And I'm not 100% sure that she's going to be ready even if she had the 50,000. So I just think a little early. I think we gave her a lot of great advice, but I would say that she's one that I'd have to say probably no at this point. My Buddy Towel will be probably the other one for me. If I'm looking at where she's going to go and kind of what sizes and the clothing, it's a whole nother animal. Out of everybody that we have left, I would say those 2 would be the ones that I would say that would probably need to leave the competition at this time.
Let me start with the easy one. One of my ones that match up with you is My Buddy Towel. Good potential business, but I concur. I don't agree with Maylee. I think we're going to have a hard time again with all this. So my second one is going to be Father Time Bread. I think I voted no for it in the original round. I'm still a no, which pains me because it's a great product, great story. as far as like family and everything. I mean, the product was so good. Like I ate the entire piece of bread, then went back and got more bread. So like I'm a big fan of the bread. I just think that the challenges to this business are steep. It's a single SKU. I don't really buy into like the whole concept that they were talking about as far as like lowering screen time because you're eating good bread. So for me, it's going to be My Buddy Towel and Father Time bread.
I don't know if I can agree with either of yours.
Uh-oh. Well, that's not
good. But I can agree with Scott and Maylee's boutique. Maylee did an amazing job,
Awesome.
right?
Awesome
So hard not to like this girl and so far ahead of probably everyone her age. It was amazing. But the business is a little young. I think she could probably come back next season and
Absolutely.
potentially even win it.
I think so.
But right now the business is a little bit young. She just needs a few more months to work on it before she can get it there. So that would be 2 votes for Maylee's.
My Buddy Towel was on my list. But the other one was Father Time bread. I apologize.
Ooh, so that's 2 Father Times.
2 Father Times. Here's what I didn't like about Father Time. I don't think people are going to spend $50 for 4 loaves of bread on a regular basis and make an extra order just for bread compared to all the other groceries that you have to get.
Yeah.
Those are my 2. But it sounds like we can at least knock out one company here, right?
I think My Buddy Towel's out just because there were three
Right.
no's. We have 2 no's for Father Time bread at this point. Would you also be a no? I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just asking.
Well, yeah, don't vote no on Father Time before you hear me out here. So I agree. They kind of messed up with the pitch a little bit about the screen time or whatever else. But this is a high risk, high reward business with economies of scale, building out a few different kitchens all around the North America, so you can ship ground like within 2 days. The bread's going to be cheaper to produce,
so much
also with
capital.
economies of scale. Yeah, so they need the money, but I mean, this bread was really good. You probably can't find bread this good locally or in your local supermarket. It's a subscription business, which I like. I honestly believe that Father Time bread, there'll be a company like this that is successful sometime in the next 5 or 10 years. Acquiring the
I agree with all
customers
the other
will
things
be
you
capital
said.
intensive.
I think it's a single purchase that you're making. It's expensive. It doesn't really make things convenient. So you'd be doing it just based on you love the bread, which I agree. I love the bread, but it's very expensive bread. Like, I mean, you have to be in a really affluent, high-earning, 6-figure person. There's not a whole lots of those in the country, so it really narrows your market down. Because I know a lot of people that would never spend $40-something for 4 loaves of bread.
That's a really fair case. And I'm probably not like...
But you did mention economies of scale. I do think that they could get their costs down without question, and it probably would help lower the price. But even then, it's like, even if you like chop 25% off of it, it's still the most expensive bread. So it's tough.
And I guess like if Whole Foods, does just like put a similar recipe in their stores made with this honey and it's just as good, then all of a sudden I wouldn't be ordering from Father Time bread. I'd be ordering
And there's like
just on
all
my
this
normal
existing
Instacart
infrastructure
order.
that's already there where someone can just be like, oh,
Yeah, it'd
that
be
bread's
like
just there.
$2. I wouldn't have to place a separate order. It'd be my same Instacart order. All right, I'll scratch them up. Based off that I think it really is like a high cost for 99.9% of families like in America.
Thank you for joining us, Angelin and Taylor. Good luck in the future with your businesses and keep going strong. Now the judges have a tough choice in front of them. And start the discussion with Maylee from Maybu Clothing.
I mean, obviously, there's a lot of things
Where
that would
would
have to
her
go
business be in 12 months with the $50,000?
Yeah.
right. Launched. I think that it otherwise...
Tell us more about where you think Maylee's business would be.
She doesn't need the money to launch, right? We were talking about making prototypes of the dolls and just putting them up and seeing what
if
happens.
I'm giving her a business plan, I'm telling her, make 5 of each of your dresses and start selling them to American Girl Doll. Now, we don't even know if she will do that.
If she wasn't 12 years old, would we be having this debate right now?
No.
Probably
But-
not.
I think that's a part of the story, right? I mean, I'm definitely
It
sucked
is.
into that story.
And it's an amazing story. And I think she could do great just doing YouTube videos and showing how she's
Man,
making
that's
dresses for
true.
dolls.
She
and-
would do really well with that.
But that
It'd be
hasn't
fantastic.
happened yet.
It hasn't.
It hasn't.
Part of what they're winning here is mentorship, right? Like, we're gonna do mentorship. I feel like the money part of it's not as big of an impact for her as the mentorship. And there's very few times that I've come across a 12-year-old or anyone that's still in school, like high school, middle school, whatever, that would like be at this place. And there's just so few people that are like that have this much potential at that age. And I think it would just make an amazing story. Now, I think that looking at just the business of where it's at now, it's a little bit irresponsible. right? Which is, I'm definitely struggling with it because I really like the story. I think it would be a fun thing to have in the semifinals.
Steve. All right, so maybe instead we talk about grower Scrognets.
Yeah, let's talk
quick.
about Scrognets.
Because if Melee gets kicked out, grower Scrognets goes through. This is a cool
By
product
default.
Chris invented himself. This is in a quickly growing market, and a very exciting market right now, growing like crazy. A lot of people are getting rich in the cannabis accessory market, and it's not even necessarily have to be that. My personal opinion is the regulations have become more lax around this, which would remove a lot of the hesitations that I think some of you guys brought up when we were talking about whether or not to put Chris through this round.
Right.
I just checked, he has two either provisional or patent pending.
Okay. So I'm looking at that, and also that this could be applied to other types of growing, not just for marijuana, right? I look at it as it could be done, because it's basically taking the plant, instead of growing up, it's growing out.
And it can be applied to other plants.
It could be applied to other plants, other growers.
I do love how he's like a rebel too.
He's a little bit of a rebel.
He's like, man, screw them. I'll use a different payment processor. I don't give a crap
I don't
about
think he
Stripe.
had a clear plan. If I remember correctly, he didn't have a clear plan what to do with the money, which bothers me.
With the 50K, he wanted to do complete grow kits instead of just the little.
And I think inventory was an issue, so inventory, maybe a little bit better planning, but then also being able to have more money to have it in stock.
Very well connected in the grower community. I think, I believe he's likely thought of as kind of like a thought leader around some of these different things. He's
Passionate about it.
He's an inventor guy.
He's very educated.
You know what? After this discussion, I think I'm gonna have to vote Melee out.
What?
It's really tough, and I hope we can still have play dates. That's cool. But
It's
yeah,
super tough for me.
When we're just talking about like pure business, I'm trying to just ignore the fact that she's a 12-year-old girl. Like she doesn't really have anything really.
You can't see like mentoring her and
I
like.
can. I love that aspect of it.
Is that your final vote?
Yeah, it is.
So congratulations to Dave with MMA Bobblehead, and congratulations to Chris from Grower Scrognets. You are moving forward to the next round. We'll see you there.
Congrats.
Congrats.
Congratulations, Christian. You're moving on to the semifinals. Next time on 5 Minute Pitch, we begin the semifinals with our 8 contestants. Dawn LaFontaine, Amanda Wittenborn, Pasco Bowen, Kim Meckwood, Dave Manley, Jody Davis, Christian Gravel, and John Ford. Good luck, everyone.